I am so annoyed. I just got a spam call and it ruined my voiceover. So here we are, starting over. This week I'm planning from Monday, March 31st to Sunday, April 6th, and I'm using this Caress Press kit called Channel Surfing. And I chose this kit for this week because I think it's really good spring colors, obviously. The bottom washi is just all floral, very, very lovely. And I didn't do a lot this week at all, but I did watch a lot of TV and eat pizza. So I feel like this kit was perfect for this week. I do think I've been having just a lot of boring weeks. I've been very busy, but not a lot going on, especially Monday through Thursday. I just feel like I don't do anything on weekdays at all anymore. And honestly, I feel like every time I have something to talk about that takes place during the week, it's usually something bad, like something bad has happened. So maybe I should be grateful that my weeks have been a little uneventful. I cleaned a lot. I cleaned more than normal. I don't know. And I went to work. Like, that's basically it. If you don't want to hear anything about weight and stuff, I don't know, skip ahead a little bit. I will say one thing that has been happening, and it was really bothering me this week, is I think after my weekend where I went to New York, I got hibachi, I got Domino's. I just ate such shit, multiple days in a row, and I gained a couple pounds, and it was just really bothering me. And now in the future, I went back down into my comfort zone as far as weight goes, but for a couple weeks, it was it was really screwing with my head, more than I care to admit. So that was kind of happening this week a lot. And you'll notice I was trying to eat salad. I was trying to get more movement in just to try to get back down to where I'm comfortable. And I'm 5'2", so if I gain a few pounds, I tried on a pair of pants. I don't know if it was this week or the previous week, but I tried on a pair of pants that fit me perfectly in January, and I was going to wear them out. They were so tight that they were giving me a wedgie, because you know how when you gain a little bit of weight, your pants sit up higher, closer to the smallest point of your waist. So I was, oh my God, I was just devastated. So anyway, that kind of happened this week. Besides that, nothing happened Monday through Thursday. Like I said, I don't think. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. And then over the weekend, my roommate's brother came into town. He is 13, so much younger than we are, and he was just really excited to come and see the cats. He's obsessed with the cats, and watch Saw. He wants to watch all of the Saw movies, and so far he waits for me to watch all of them because that is one of my all-time favorite franchises. So we did watch Saw 3 this weekend, which was fun. It's not one of the best ones, but they're all so much fun, especially now that I've seen them all a million times. It's fun for me to talk through the movie and stuff. So yeah, that was a thing, and I think that's really it. Not very exciting. Yeah, that's it. Nothing happened. So let's get into the day by day. Starting with Monday, the first thing I marked was that once again, there was no parking. This is driving me insane. This has never been a problem before on my Monday mornings. So the fact that it's happening week by week by week, clearly something has changed, and I don't like it. So I'm hoping this is temporary. But I used this Once More with Love sticker. I actually used 2 of them because I've had these forever because they're such an odd sticker. I feel like this is a good sticker for somebody who plans not this way, someone who just likes to mark a couple random things, maybe in a functional planner, people who still use stickers to functional plan, or I don't know. It's just not an ideal sticker for me, but I have refused to throw them away just because I feel bad. So anyway, I finally got to use them. So anyway, long-winded way to say I used this Once More with Love, I Can't Keep Calm, I'm a Drama Queen sticker. Then with this emoji from Coffee Monsters Co., I marked that I worked remote, with this Prairie Planner microwave, I marked that I cleaned the microwave. Then with this angry emoji, I marked that I ran to move my car. I saw a spot open up and I bolted out the door, and I fortunately got the spot. Then with this leftover sticker from a printable kit, I marked that I did my laundry. And then I also marked washing my sheets because that's my least favorite chore on earth, is making and unmaking my bed. So I did sheets, and this is a GP Studio sticker. I'm not sure if they're a shop anymore, actually. I haven't purchased from them in quite a while, but anyway, that's where that's from. With this Fox and Cactus fruit bowl, I marked that I prepped all my produce for the week. I got a bunch of vegetables to make salads, so I cut those up. I cleaned the lettuce, and I cut up my strawberries and whatever. Then with this piece of deco from an old kit, I'm not sure which one. It's just like a cleaning bucket. I marked that I cleaned the entire apartment. Then I did a lot of Frankenstein stickers this week. I don't know why. I just felt, I don't know. But this is a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji head that's like overthinking, paired with a Once More With Love Get Lit sticker, and I cut the Munchkin's head off of it and replaced it with the emoji head to mark that I had read this book already, and I'm so embarrassed, but I asked for the book False Witness for Christmas because I heard it was really good and I really wanted to read it. I am 2 pages in, and I was like, why do I remember this? And then I'm like, oh my God, do I have this audiobook? So I go into my Audible. Yeah, I've read this book. I've listened to this book. It's not a total loss because I am forgetting a lot of my audiobooks and physical books, to be honest. So I do plan one day eventually to reread the entire Will Trent series by Karen Slaughter. It's my favorite series. And I want to do it all in physical copy. So it's not a total loss, but I was so annoyed because I have the book, The Silent Wife, but I'm missing one. There's one other Will Trent book I didn't have, and it wasn't False Witness. It was The Widow something. Anyway, I bought it. I just bought like the cheapo kind, like the little mass market book for like $7. So now I have it. I can read my Karen Slaughter books, but yeah, I felt so stupid. I felt so stupid that I asked for this book, and I was so excited to read it. Then with this, where is this from? I can't remember. I think this is off a freebie. It's really cute. I marked that I watched Twin Peaks, and then with this Olive, I marked that I drank my tea and pulled stickers, and then the final thing on Monday was that I started The Hunting Party, which I have not read before, and this is a Prairie Planner sticker. Then moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked with this Olivia or whatever they're called, she's blonde because it was a freebie, but I marked that I made it to the office by 8:01, even though I woke up and left so late. I don't know how. I basically teleported there. Then with this Lottie from Stick With The Plan Co., I marked that I actually had a decent day at work. Like, when was the last time that happened? So that was nice. Then with this emoji head and this Fox and Cactus salad sticker, I marked that my salad was gross. And if you're wondering why, it's because I decided to get those like dark leafy mixed greens instead of iceberg lettuce, because everybody on planet Earth always says that iceberg lettuce isn't healthy. It's basically water. It's nothing. There's no nutrients. You need to get the chewy, gross, dark lettuce if you want to get fiber. And I've been trying to eat more fiber. Never again. It's not worth it. I threw out half the salad. It was disgusting. I hate those dark leafy greens. Ugh, no, iceberg all the way. I don't care. Sorry, I'm getting defensive. I'm yelling at my grandmother in my head because, anyway. Moving on, with this old scribbler from Scribble Prints Co., I marked that I tried a new recipe and it wasn't anything groundbreaking. Like, I'm still very nervous to make anything that involves cooking, but I made vegetarian, tuna in quotes, tuna salad with chickpeas because I had a wrap with it at Reading Terminal or whatever the hell it's called, the market. And I was like, you know what? Let me try and make this because I am so sick of not looking forward to my lunches. It was okay. It wasn't great. I don't know if I'll ever make it again. I ate it all. Choked it down with some spicy mustard, but I also needed pickles, and I had left my jar of pickles at my boyfriend's apartment, so I didn't have the pickles for the wraps. I tried putting relish in it to make up for it. Didn't work. I don't know. So that was kind of a fail. Then, so now I have all of these sandwich pickles. I need to figure out what to do with them. I could just eat them, but I don't know. Then with this Prairie Planner sticker, I marked that I walked 12,800 steps this day. With another Lottie, I marked that I filmed. With this book deco that I have left over, I marked that I read. And then the final thing on Tuesday with this Fox and Cactus Girl was that I started the movie Fire Walk with Me because I'm rewatching all of Twin Peaks. And so it's a movie, but it's like part of Twin Peaks. So I started it that night. I think I only watched 20 minutes. And actually on Wednesday, I marked that I finished it. I didn't. I finished it on Thursday. It took me 3 nights to finish this movie. I just haven't had a lot of time to like watch TV where like you actually have to look, if you know what I mean. Like, you know how if you put on reality TV, you can like fold laundry and this and that. And if you miss a scene, it's fine. Well, this movie and show, there's a lot of show, not so much tell, like there is tell, but you miss a lot if you're not staring at the TV the entire time. So I've only been finding little pockets of time. Anyway, so I started it this night. Moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked was that I slept through all of my alarms and I was running late again, so I used this Rabbit Hole Handcraft sticker for that. This is also left over from a printable, this iPad with credit cards. I used this to mark posting a couple things on Poshmark for sale that I've just been procrastinating because I hate posting things for sale. I hate taking pictures. I hate filling out all this stuff. But I was like, this is dumb. Just do it. Then with this voting sticker, I marked that I finally filled out and submitted my application to vote by mail because you have to do it like every single year. So I finally did that. With this emoji, I marked that my allergies were so bad. They are still so bad. I take a Claritin every day, but it's like not really helping. And I can't take anything that will make me drowsy because I'm already tired all the time and I just can't handle anymore. But yeah, they were really, really getting bad this week. Like this was where it was all starting for me. Then with this printable weight sticker, I marked that I did an upper body workout and walked 13,000 steps, which is about 5 miles. I can't remember. Then with this Lottie holding a phone, I marked that I talked to my grandmother. Then with this Prairie Planner sticker, I marked that I did a voiceover. With this Munchkin eating popcorn, I marked that I finished Fire Walk with Me. I did not. I watched it though. And then with this Prairie Planner book, I marked that I read. Oh, also something to note. I ran out of labels and heart checklists and habit trackers. I cut everything from this kit up and I still ran out. At the end, I had 3 purple labels left and that was it. I completely ran out. And on Sunday, I did have to go through my stash and I found some decent matches for the green and pink, but for the blue, it's not perfect. And you can get away with it in person, but the camera really picks up the difference. And so you'll see in this sticker or this label that I used to mark reading, it's really obvious on camera that it's not the right blue, but I was really hoping that I would make it the entire spread without having to pull any stickers in. So I didn't really plan for it. Usually I'll pull extra labels ahead of time and then try to mix them in to make it less obvious, but I didn't do it. And at first you'll see that on Sunday I had all 3 of these identical blue labels on the same day, and it just made Sunday look so weird. And I wanted to switch around a bunch of stickers to make it less obvious, but I can't. The paper rips, and I'm still scared of the undo that I bought. I'm still terrified. So I was only able to rip up the fancy label from Wednesday and swap it with a label on Sunday. So anyway, that's that. Moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked with this pumpkin paper Coterra was that was not what I wanted to see on the scale. With this Munchkin Once More with Love sticker, I marked that I was in office this day. With this little mini weight sticker from the Prairie Planner, I marked that I did Slim in 6. With this Lottie in the shower, I marked that I took an everything shower. With this Rabbit Hole handcraft sticker, I marked that I watched Twin Peaks, the revival, but I actually watched and finished Fire Walk with Me, whatever. Then with another leftover sticker from a printable, I marked reading. And then the final thing with this Too Loud squidge from Stick with the Plan Co., I marked that my roommate was making so much fucking noise, but I didn't want to say anything because she never complains to me about noise. But two things. One, when I got home at 5:30, she asked if I would be okay with her doing laundry, and I was like, yeah, of course. She was making sure I wasn't planning on doing laundry. I was like, no, that's fine. I didn't know she meant at 11 p.m. She didn't start her laundry until either 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. And so it was just so loud, her coming in and out of her room. She was also listening to some sort of video on blast. And since her bedroom door was open, I could hear every single word. It was so hard to get to sleep. So that was unfortunate, but I didn't want to complain because I don't think she would complain about me. And then moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked with another Lottie was that I worked remote. This is leftover from a kit. I'm not sure where it came from, but I had to wash the blanket on top of my bed again, even though I had just done it on Monday, because Brad's butt smelled and he slept on my bed. And Janet was like sniffing this one spot, and I was like, God damn it. So I washed the blanket again. Then with this leftover, again, sticker from a printable, I marked that I, for the first time, DoorDashed a grocery item. I just DoorDashed these protein shakes because I couldn't find them anywhere for a decent price. And the only other place that had them cheap was Amazon, but it said they wouldn't get delivered until late June, early July. And I was like, that's insane. And they sell them at BJ's for a discount, but I don't have a BJ's membership, and I'm not going to buy a membership to buy protein shakes. But I noticed that on the DoorDash app, they get the BJ's price. I have no idea how or why, don't care. And it was free delivery, so I just had to pay for the item plus a tip, and it ended up being about the same, maybe like $1 less than the Amazon price, but it was worth it to have them delivered straight to my door. I was able to schedule when they were delivered, so I knew I'd be home. It went smoothly. The lady who delivered it was very nice, very kind. Then moving on with this leftover shopping cart and this egg from Pumpkin Paper Co., I marked that I walked to Aldi because I needed to get a couple things to make banana bread. I think I just needed like crushed walnuts. Maybe that was the only thing. And then I wanted to get eggs because I wasn't totally sure if I had enough eggs to make banana bread, but I had all the other ingredients. Well, the eggs, like the what is it called? Like the cart that all the eggs are on in the fridge was completely empty except for one box that had clearly been dropped and broken. But I could see behind it that there was a whole new pallet of eggs, but I was too scared to ask somebody to get me eggs because all of the employees looked really angry, and I just wasn't in a place mentally this Friday to be given an attitude or have somebody roll their eyes at me or whatever, so I just left without the eggs. I couldn't do it. Then with another printable sticker, I marked that I swept, and I did have enough eggs. So it was fine. Then with this anxious Lottie, I marked that I was having anxiety. With this sticker, I've had these forever. It's from Michaels, and it's clearly a paw print of a dog, but it's fine. I used it to mark clipping Janet's nails. Then with this scribbler head and an emoji body holding bananas, I marked that I baked banana bread. Then with this Coffee Monsters Co. sticker, I marked that I drove with my roommate to go meet her mother to pick her brother up. Then with this Sticky Perks, it's like a fish and chip sticker. My roommate and I split salmon, and we each got one side because it came with two sides. But we went to Applebee's, so I technically did have fish and French fries, close enough, fish and potatoes. Then with this Once More with Love cat sticker, I marked that I had to get Janet dry food, so I picked up some dry food for her. And then the final thing on Friday with this Once More with Love sticker was that Joe and I watched all of our shows. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked with this emo squish is that I was just feeling sad and down, and I can't remember why. I just was. I've noticed that happens a lot to me if nothing's going on the weekends and I have like too much time, and also if I wake up late. So if I wake up late and then I'm just, I don't know. I don't know. Then with this Papershire car, I marked that I drove around with Joe. He had to work and I just like came with him because I didn't have anything going on. With this squish in a shopping basket cart. Oh my God. Basket. I marked that we did food shopping. Then with this Sticky Perks taco, I marked that I came home and my roommate, her little brother, and I walked to get Mexican food, which was really exciting because Joe doesn't like Mexican food, so I very rarely get Mexican food. I was very excited, and it was a 10-minute walk from our apartment, and it was really good. The only thing is they didn't accept cards, and there was a pretty hefty card fee. Oh, I'm sorry, they accepted cards, but it was like $2.75 or something to use a credit card, and I didn't bring my wallet. So I didn't have my debit card to get cash. I just brought my credit card in my pocket and called it a day because I didn't feel like bringing anything with me. So I did pay. It kind of hurt. It kind of hurt because I don't like paying unnecessary fees, but oh well. Then with this TV from Creating & Co., I think, is the shop. I don't know if there's still a shop. With this TV, I marked that the three of us watched Saw 3, and then actually Joe came over. He was out with a friend, but after he finished up with dinner, he came over and he watched the end of the movie with us. Then with this Once More with Love sticker, I just marked that her brother is obsessed with these cats. He loves them. He's obsessed, especially Janet. He loves Janet. So it was really cute. I like when people like cats. Then with this Carly Plan sticker, I marked that Joe and I watched Squid Game, and that was it for Friday. And then finally, moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked was that I forced myself up at 11. I know, shut up. I went to bed at like 5 a.m., so I forced myself up at 11 a.m. because if I slept till noon, I knew I'd be in a bad mood again. So I stopped myself from pressing snooze, and I got up. Go me. Then with this sticker, I think from Scribble Prints Co., I marked that Joe and I walked to USPS because I had to mail something and he had to mail something. So, and the headquarters is within walking distance from his place, and it's open on Sundays. Then with this Papershire sticker, I marked that we got caught in the rain, and I was fine. Like, it wasn't comfortable, but oh my God, Joe was so upset. He hates nothing more than getting caught in the rain. Like, he would rather sit in a car for 40 minutes and wait for the rain to stop than get caught in the rain walking to his front door. I could never. That's such a waste of time, in my opinion. Like, at one point, he's like, hey, we were near Drexel's campus, and he was like, oh, should we wait underneath this tent? And I was like, no. You can wait under the tent, but I'm not going to just fucking stand here hoping the rain stops. So anyway, we kept walking. And we're soaked. We were soaked. Then with another one of these Drama Queen stickers, I marked just freaking out because I wasn't sure if I got a ticket. I drove Joe to his soccer game just because I don't remember why. Yeah, I don't remember why, but I drove him to his soccer game, and then my GPS did that thing when I was driving back to his place. I can walk to the soccer field, no problem, but I don't drive, so I need my GPS for everything. And I was driving back to his place, and Google Maps told me to go straight. Right after I go into this intersection, it it refreshes and says that I missed my left turn after it had told me to go straight. So then I went on this crazy backwards, like near the train station way back to his apartment, and I have no idea if I went through a red light or not. I have no idea. So I guess if I get a ticket in the mail, I'll know. Haven't gotten anything yet, but I mean, it could show up in like a year from now, which is so fun. Then with this Chipotle sticker, I marked that I walked to get my free Chipotle because if you remember, they fucked up my order big time. Like, they totally gave me somebody. The universe does not want me to finish this voiceover because my phone just did the 20% low battery thing and ended my recording. So this is going to be so fun to edit now with 2 recordings. Anyway, I'm not redoing all that because we're so close to the end. But if you remember, they gave me the wrong food, and so they gave me a free entree coupon, but it was only good until the 8th. And I emailed them. I'm like, does that mean it's good on the 8th? Because then I could have just gotten Chipotle after work. But they were like, no, you have to use it before the 8th, which is fucking stupid. So stupid. I'm glad I asked. Any company that puts an expiration date on something and that's not the last day to use it is bullshit. So my only option was to walk to Chipotle on Sunday and get it. So I did, and it was almost right. So I'm going to call it a win, and they weren't mean to me. Then with this car sticker from Once More With Love, I marked that I picked Joe up from his soccer game. Oh, and I didn't eat the Chipotle. I just got it because I wanted it for free, and then I ended up eating it on Monday because we had plans to get pizza. So we went to Domino's, and I used this emoji to mark that. And then the final thing on Sunday with this TV from the Prairie Planner, I think, I marked that we watched Traitors. Do you guys watch Traitors? I fucking love Traitors. And the 3rd season so far, by far the best. We were like addicted to it. We finished it. The only thing we have left is the reunion, and I'm pretty excited for the reunion. But yeah, that's it. That's everything for this week. I feel like this voiceover was all over the place, and I feel like I had a lot to say, so I don't know why. I feel like I didn't do anything this week, but I guess I had a lot. Shut up. My God. I guess I had a lot to say about nothing. But anyway, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.